What are you doing? Hi. So I just wanted to make a quick video to show you guys how I kit up a project. And as you can see, I'm still in the middle of doing it. I don't know if I'll have inserted the clips before this, but I took some clips yesterday of me starting the process just to kind of get it started. Sorry about my kids, they're running wild. He's singing, I guess, I don't know. But I wanted to my sister actually bought a bunch of thread for this project, and I'll try, I don't remember the name of it. I'll try to insert it somewhere, or maybe down below, or I'll try to put a picture of it in. But she ordered the max color, or the max color, or the extended color, or something of it, and so there's over 200 colors in this thing, and I'm trying to kit it. And the thread came yesterday, and I'll insert a picture here of what that looked like when I pulled all the thread out and was ready to go. And I bobbin my threads, and I've already filled one storage container of threads that I've put on bobbins. And I'm in the 900s for color now, but I've been at this all day since yesterday. And yesterday we did leave for a couple hours. My daughter had dance and stuff, and we went and took my son to his grandparents and did all that stuff. But I kind of wanted to just share, this with y'all to kind of get an idea of how I personally, this isn't like how you have to do it. This is just the way that works best for me. Especially when somebody else is providing materials for me, I like to keep that separate because this is a project that my sister wanted. So she bought the pattern, she bought the fabric, and she bought the threads, and we had everything sent to my house. And so yeah, so I label my bobbin with the number. This is a 920. And I kind of I like to flatten it so that way it's half, and how you can know that is, you just kind of section it out and kind of get it a good way. I like to see which of these is on the top. Pull it out a little bit, and then I thread mine through the front into the hole, and then I clip it almost into the flappy. And I do this whether it's a cardboard bobbin or a plastic, which I usually prefer plastic. I honestly didn't know that these were cardboard when I bought them because they wear out really quick, especially on a full coverage piece the way I stitch. And so then I start kind of wrapping it in a way that I can trap the little tail in it. And I like to put the hole on this side and wrap around forward. I don't know what direction that would be. It's counterclockwise if you're looking at it from my direction. But I just kind of go and I try to make it as even as possible. I do have a winder somewhere. However, I know that when I use it, I get more knots than when I don't. And honestly, I can't deal with the knots in it. So if I do it myself, I have an easier time getting the knots out if it happens or whatever. And sometimes with the cardboard bobbins too, they bend. But you just kind of keep going. Round and round and round. About halfway done. And I can fit 5 bobbins per section of my thread organizer. So I'm hoping that there's enough. I bought 2 thread organizers for this project, and I bought 250 bobbins. There's 220 something colors. And they didn't have all of them, to be frank. They were, 1, 2, 3 stitch was sold out of a few, and they're going to email me. And then a couple of them, they weren't sold out when I ordered, but by the time they were filling my order, they were out. So those will ship in the middle of February. So about a month out for some of those. And in which case I'll look and I'll pull from Stash, or I'll go to Joann's, honestly, because it's in my email and it's on my invoice. But then at the end, I notice when I have just a little bit left, probably about that much, an inch or two, wrap it. I usually go in the first side and wrap it around the behind. I like the tail to be at the front so it can tuck in behind either the partition or the next thread. And yeah, and a lot of times what I'll do is with these, these particular bobbins from 123 Stitch, you have to break this part yourself. And since I rely on those a lot, I'll go through and I'll break about 10 at a time and then write the numbers out in order because I organize everything by number. It's easier for my brain to process. Not saying you have to do it that way, it's just kind of how I do it. And then I'll go through my pile of 900s that I have, which is these are all the 900s I have left. And I'll find the last one I did was 920. So I'll find that's kind of close, 943, 938, 931, 948. Yeah, and so that's probably the closest that I have. 150, 159, and I'll set out a bunch of colors ahead of time. So that way I can just write them all out and then go on winding. I'll usually have like a YouTube video or something playing at the same time. And go from there with it, just so I can be a little distracted because this is monotonous and it can be kind of boring. Like I said, I've been working on this for 2 days, so in reality, it's like, I think the piece is called like a Dragon's Flight. I don't know. I'm going to be doing it on 22 count Aida, which we bought from Everything Cross Stitch. We bought a yard of it at 60 inches. So it's huge. It's going to be a big piece, but I think it'll be worth it to give to my sister. And I think that I've found that, pieces with more of a color scheme, like more of a wide range of colors, are easier for me to work with. Something that changes a lot but not too often is really fun. My Train of Dreams is coming along really nicely. And yeah, I just wanted to pop in and give you guys some tips on how I do things. Like I said, it's not how you have to do things. This is just how I stay organized. And by the end of it all, let me pull out I've only missed one color in this process, and I missed a 210, which means I'll have to push everything in this first box, back by a color. But this is what this looks like when it's done. I write all my numbers on the same side so I can just look up and down a row and find everything. This is the side view. Like you can see, they're all wrapped. They're all kind of crammed in there. But then, you have everything. And what I also like to do, and I've done this with my Train of Dreams and my Eevee box, is I will, see, this is the bottom. This one's kind of damaged. I found these at Walmart really cheap. The second one I have actually has a crack in it. I'm not super worried about it, but I'll label across the top what projects it's for. And in this case, I'll put, box 1 of, honestly, it looks like 3 at this point, probably, because my stack of 3000s is huge. But yeah, this is what this looks like. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you need any support or information on where to get supplies, let me know. And I'll hopefully have this up later today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, bye. Bye.